Y'all already know what this is. First things first. God did this. Don't get mad with us. I know what y'all thinking. Damn, made it a little early? Yes, I know. I know. I know y'all used to have a nighttime at night, but we decided, hey, if y'all just getting off work, why not just go ahead and just kick it with y'all for a little bit? Okay. I'm your humble host, your man, your myth, your legend, Eric Knight, and we got the one man and the only man that's going to check you into the Heartbreak Hotel. That's Heartbreak Prince himself. Look, we got to talk about AEW. We done missed a couple of weeks. We got to talk about what's been going on. And we got to talk about what happened yesterday. So let's go ahead and just dig right deep. Oh, pause. Let's go ahead and just get right into it. Let's go ahead and get right into it. AEW Dynamite.
We know what you mean.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. You want to talk about chaos. You want to talk about all the stuff that was going on with AEW Dynamite. Man, look, I'm not mad about a thing that happened this week because we kicked it off. Okay, first of all, my man Zach. Hey, look, it wouldn't be an episode, whether regardless of whatever segment, if Zach didn't give us the national day. What is this? Happy National
Eat an extra dessert day. I'm gonna
Come
take care of
on,
that
man.
tonight, Zach. Thank you.
I'm gonna give me
We
two slices
appreciate you,
of
Zach.
cheesecake now.
On a Thursday afternoon at 6:21, Zach is with us.
Come on, man. As always, man. We appreciate it as
We
always,
appreciate the
man.
love, Zach. Thank you.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about it, man, because Darby Allen was out there, Gabe Kidd was out there, but really started with Gabe Kidd. He started saying some stuff Darby wasn't hearing. And, Darby, being the man that he is, because Gabe wants to try to call out. Darby tries to send a message. Darby wasn't having it. He came out with the skateboard, with the nails, the thumbtacks on the skateboard. And of course, the man with zero aura gets hit, okay, with the thumbtacks. But of course, the Death Riders come out. You see Hook, okay, you're seeing the spotlight come out. Then the ops come out. And apparently, you're seeing Hook, he looked back at Samoa Joe as to what was going on, but he ran right past and kept on going. Willow Nightingale was out there. Okay, she's out there brawling it. Okay, with Marina Shafir. Okay, we had Wheeler Yuta out here brawling with freaking Hook over there. Okay, Willow's going crazy. Then we're sitting out here. I mean, the brawl is just going throughout the whole arena at this point, to the point where Darby Allen takes Gabe Kidd and puts him in a body bag. Okay, then gets in the truck and skirts off. Okay, man, look, this was insane. Okay, it's one thing. It's one thing to see my man Darby Allen do the whole thing with the thumbtacks, but it's a whole nother thing when you're out here sitting there just dragging people with body bags. Now I wonder how thick was that body bag from my man Gabe Kidd go? Well, my real question is how far did Gabe Kidd go in that body bag? Because man, that man was screaming. I mean, hollering. But I loved everything about this. I loved the chaos. They started the show off great. Started off with a bang. I loved it, man. Heartbreak Prince, what are your thoughts, man? What you think?
I thought dragging him off in a body bag was sick. Being attached to the back of a pickup, that had to be a scary situation to be in or position to be in. And man, but the energy there, to start it off with the brawl, I thought it was perfect. I thought it was great. Set the tone for what Dynamite was going to be, and it was Dynamite. They definitely delivered a banger this show, and it lived up to the hype. It lived up to the name. It lived up to the center they were in the legendary center that Taz got his banner hung up in. They touched on that night, so it was phenomenal.
Yeah, it really was, man. I mean, come on, the chaos, man. I mean, and we're just getting started with this show because they've really kept going even crazier. Should I say maybe just a little bit of money? Okay, because Mercedes, all right, come on, look at this. Shorty got all 9 belts just hanging on the ropes, man. You see it, including the belt she got on. I mean, this is insane. I loved it. I love seeing this. But of course, we had Mercedes Moné going up against Alex Winsler. And honestly, this was another banger. Okay. Honestly, it's kind of crazy. Seeing this setting of this wrestling ring, I can tell, man. Mercedes really is probably thinking, this is what NXT used to be like, and this is the kind of magic that this woman is putting on, man. Because of course, Alex Windsor does get a pin. I'm sorry, Mercedes Moné does get a pin over Alex Windsor, but then after the match, Mercedes wasn't hearing none of that good. Oh, let's be a good. Nah, she wasn't hearing none of that. Okay, she put her in. Of course, you see how she put her in that submission move, and then of course the return of Riho. Okay, Riho comes back. Man, this was great. I popped. I popped for this, man. This was insane. I didn't see this coming. I did not expect this at all. And of course, Riho with the attack, kicking Mercedes Moné. And I loved every single thing about this, man. Look, I know how people feel about Mercedes Moné's title reign. If you don't like it, I don't care. If you do like it, you're on my side because I love everything about this. I do wonder, now that Riho has returned, will this now be the first title that Mercedes might lose? I mean, honestly, if anybody does take the title off of Mercedes Moné, I wouldn't be mad if it was Riho. Honestly, I would have been mad if it was Athena, and I wouldn't have been mad if it was Timeless Tony Storm. I wouldn't have been mad. There could have been a couple of women I wouldn't have been upset about. Okay, especially with my girl Chris Statlander. But at the same time, if Rio is the one to beat Mercedes Moné, I'm not mad about it. But of course, that wouldn't matter to Mercedes. Shorty still got 8 titles to reign. Hell with it. Break Prince, what are your thoughts, man? What you think?
It was good to see Rio back. I thought that was a treat, and it actually felt like it was a situation where, this could be it. This could be the time that we actually see Mercedes Money actually lose a belt. And I mean, you got Rio, which is an excellent contender, for a realistic person that you can see beating her for one of those titles. I mean, the lady's carrying 9 titles right now. You want to talk about having like a legendary career right now? Like, Mercedes is money, and she's living up to the name. But this right here was just a great treat, especially because Riho was the original women's champion for for AEW. So to see her back was great. To see her have like an impact, or have a little bit of a scuffle with Mercedes and put her on notice that, hey, she's here. I love it. That kick through the ring, through the ropes where she kicked Mercedes through the bottom rope. Outstanding. I can't wait to see these two ladies like lock horns and get going. I think it's going to be another great match, another banger, because Mercedes has just been on a roll as of late, and Riho can go. And so, yeah, this is exciting for the setup that that is to come, especially when she picks up the TBS Championship and holds it up. And it's like, I can see this being the case right here.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of potential with this, man. And I'm not mad about it. I love it, man.
Not at all.
Yeah, man. And it's good to see Rio, man. I think it's something about her, man. She's got a magic to her. She's got an aura, you know what I'm saying?
Aura. She definitely does.
Yeah, man. Something about it. Even I just remember that time, even when we seen her, in Diamond, the very first episode, and I was like, man, you know what? It's something about Rio, man. I don't know what it is, but this little woman here, she's got it.
That's memory. Yeah. We got to attend the very first AEW Dynamite show.
Come on now. That's why we tell people we've been there. Okay, we've been there for history.
Memories. Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
man. The excitement, the energy, the crowd being outside, standing, waiting for the doors to open, knowing it was the very first show. That's insane. Like that was a good time. It was a great night too.
Really was, man. That was definitely a memory to cherish, man. Because I tell you that's something that I always talk about to people. Like, man, I went to the very first Dynamite episode. It's one thing you go to one, but you go to the first one.
And I think that was the last time all of the knights assembled for a live wrestling event too.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that was the last one.
Yeah, we got it. We gotta make some things.
Right now, we're going back down memory lane. Anyhow.
It'll be alone.
Yep.
Let's
keep you on the rails.
Oh man! All right, well, let's go ahead and talk about this next segment, man. They, the ops were back there. Samoa Joe, okay, Powerhouse Hobbs. They're sitting there talking, okay. Renee's sitting there asking them, what is the situation going on with you guys and Hook? But of course, Hook pops up. Hook says, I don't like the fact that you guys replaced me. I don't like the fact that you guys Didn't even wait for me. It's almost like you guys just thought my heart was cold and just made the decision. Powerhouse Hobbs said, look, I've always chose to fight for you. I've always stood up for you. Samoa Joe stopped Powerhouse Hobbs midway into the comment into him saying that and told Hook, look, it was my decision. I made the decision to get for us to make the replacement. I made the decision because when the titles were on the line, we had an opportunity. I'm going to take it when it comes to getting that gold. And the fact is that regardless of if you don't want our help, either way, you're going to need it. And we're always going to be there. And I said, man, come on. Hook couldn't even say nothing. Hook got so upset, he just walked off. Man, I mean, honestly, this is something I was questioning for a good little long time now. I kept saying, I said, well, where the hell is Hook? When is Hook gonna say something? When is Hook gonna come back? When is Hook gonna talk that talk with Joe? I mean, I feel Hook though. You know, if I was sitting there tagging with two other guys, and all of a sudden I get injured, and all of a sudden y'all get a title opportunity, and somebody else just replaces me, I'd be a little pissed too. But you know, hey, I feel Joe. Hey, when opportunity arises, you gotta go for it. And I feel Joe. And there's somebody else that can go ahead and take that place real quick to get that gold. Hey, get that accolade, baby. I feel that. Heartbreak Prince, what are your thoughts, man? What you think?
Yeah, I mean, look, I can see both sides of this coin right here. You know, and on the one hand, you know, like Hook says, look, my body wasn't even cold, and you already replaced me, and that was cold in and of itself. But at the same time, I like how Samoa Joe stepped up to the plate and said, look, I made the decision. I made that call with opportunity knocks. That's what we do as the ops, you know. And so I can't disagree with that either. So it's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't type of situation. And, you know, you got to keep moving. You got to keep moving forward as a group, and you got to take advantage of opportunities. If one fall, hey, you got to pick it up and keep moving until the next person gets back. And so that's what Samoa Joe had to do. And so I kind of lean more towards Samoa Joe on this. And I mean, I think he did what was best, you know, for the group. And so, yeah, but I like the dynamic that's at play here with this back and forth. And I like how Samoa Joe left it off on, look, there's going to come a point in time, even though you don't agree with me right now or see it my way right now, but there's going to come a point in time where you're going to need my help or our help. And if that is the case, Smokey?
I heard some buzzing now. I was like, oh, shoot.
All right, Smokey. All right now. But he said, when you need me, I will be there. And that's what matters. And you know, so that I think that told Hook, you know, he is loved. They do got his back, and that's what matters.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's I don't know, that was a net or something.
I thought I was on Friday after for a minute. Yeah. Here you go.
Oh man. Well, let's go ahead and talk about this next segment, man, with Ricochet. Now, this was interesting. Man, look, Ricochet. Ricochet, hey, I don't give a damn what anybody has to say about what you're doing, sir. Because what you're doing right now is gold. 100% gold. This man told the story of him and the Hurt Syndicate. Not even what happened on AEW, because he said this happened years before AEW. And I said, oh, okay.
Say the name.
I like it. I like
say
it.
The name.
You want to talk about the Hurt Business? See, this was good. This was good. See, now, if for y'all that don't know, if y'all don't know about this history with the Hurt Syndicate, formerly known as the Hurt Business, when the Hurt Business was starting, when it was MVP, okay, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, it was Cedric Alexander, and Ricochet constantly having to go up against the Hurt Business. But what happened? Said turn on Ricochet. And Ricochet, I mean, and honestly, I was a little interested. I thought Ricochet was going to be the one, but he wasn't again. And I said the same thing again when Ricochet came back again to the Hurt Syndicate. And I said, well, this would be a nice look for him. But they denied him again. And he told that story, and he said he's about ready to put down the old dogs. Okay. You see my man Khan out there. You know, he's killing it right now in Ashe Wrestling. Okay. But man, this was so good. Said Ricochet, man, you're doing some of your best work right now, man. I love the look that you're giving. I love what you're doing out here with this. And I know Samantha's proud because I'm proud of you. Okay. But this was good. This was really good, man. I loved every single thing he told. I love the story they telling because we're gonna talk about how even MVP responded soon. But with Ricochet telling that story and letting the audience know this is before the syndicate. He's telling y'all if you want to look in the history books, look it up. I tell y'all this all the time. Look it up. It's here. These are facts I'm telling you. You can look up the same thing I'm saying. It's gonna come up right there on your screen. But this was great, man. Look, Ricochet, you're killing it. I love it. Heartbreak Prince, what are your thoughts, man? What you think?
I absolutely love this segment here. I thought Ricochet killed it on this promo. Would have taken it over the top for me. Would have taken it over the edge for me is if Ricochet would have said WWE. You know, this goes back to
Mm,
our time, even in the WWE. Break the fourth wall, if that's what you want to call it. Let's not act like we don't know where you guys, came from. And it's okay. I don't know why these promotions go from time to time. They don't want to say
yeah,
the
they
other
okay. They
promotion's
okay
name.
with saying
Just
New
say it.
Japan, but they don't
Yeah,
they don't want to say it's crazy.
we're all wrestling fans. We're all wrestling fans. We watch the products. So we know y'all came from WWE. There was a history there. And I just felt like it would have really just like it would have really been the anchor to that story to like, yeah, this has been going on for a long time. And he had to say, since and he corrected it was like many years ago. There's like just say it since WWE, since the Hurt Business, when I was denied entry into the Hurt Business, and now you're here with the Hurt Syndicate. You're pulling the same stunts, like, but the promo he cut though was legit. I loved it, and then the way the response came back, spicy. That's all I can say.
Spicy,
Just
boy.
yo, just just the good stuff, man. Good stuff. Like I said, AEW has been doing a phenomenal job of having their stories, like having all of these little matches or all of these little tiffs or whatever you want to call them. Like everybody has like this connection and they just keep like turning the cogs and it just keeps fitting and locking into place as far as this makes sense. Like you could go to a Ricochet and the Hurt Business or the Hurt Syndicate, and then they could talk about the history, and it makes sense why he would have beef with them now. Like it's just the way they're writing this stuff is just phenomenal. Like you're looking at the Bucks versus Adam Hangman Page and Omega was in the same ring later on that night. Like all of this stuff, it's just like little callbacks, and it's like, yeah, they are cooking with it. And this was one of those situations. And I'm loving this for Ricochet, this opportunity to be heel. And he's actually doing a great job because I remember all the time we used to discuss on when he was on WWE's product, like his promos and how I can't believe Ricochet is this bad. I'm just gonna say what it is, bad at promos. But he's it's like this here. He's being himself, and it's allowing him to. It fits him more. He's not trying to say words that he had to memorize from a script and sound bad. It's like he's being himself, and he's still giving that heel feel with it, and it's just lining up perfect for his character, this new faction. I mean, just great stuff.
Yeah, man. That good old,
Yeah.
getting that from Jada Kids, but I loved it. I
and,
said, okay.
and one last thing, the thing I started thinking about when he was doing this promo, I don't know why it kept coming through my head, was him being slammed through the windshield and selling that. That was the last thing we saw of Ricochet's character in WWE, and even then he gave it his all in that, even in that last hit. But just the fact that he's doing this now, like I would not have like put Ricochet then with what I'm watching now from him. Like I knew a little bit more about Ricochet as far as I did see some stuff from when he was in New Japan, but this is a different level right here of Ricochet, which is great.
Yeah. Yeah, he's really killing this, man. I could tell this is more of like him. It feels like it's more of him. It's good. Good confidence. I love it, man. But let's go ahead and talk about this next situation. This man, Mark Briscoe, okay, came out. talking about Don Callis. You know how you feel about Don Callis. Okay. I mean, says this stuff, but he wants to call out Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher. And of course, Don Callis comes out, him with that ambiance music. I mean, honestly, this was good, man. Don Callis told Mark Briscoe, I mean, if you want a shot at Kyle Fletcher, you have to go for Takeshita first. But then after that, he said, but the first thing you need to do is face the one man that's got probably the most craziest elbows I've seen next to Roderick Strong, the Warhawk, Lance Archer. And honestly, this was a brawl of a match. Love what they did. Of course, Mark Briscoe getting the dub, okay, over Lance Archer. All right, this was good stuff. Great match. Love what they did. Told a story. And honestly, when it comes to Mark Briscoe, ain't mad about it, man. Gave honor with his brother. Everybody went crazy. They was, chanting J, 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 J. I loved it. I loved it, man. It is, something about Mark Briscoe, man. It's like the natural ability of him on the mic, right? And how he's able to kind of make it work. Just be himself, not get tired, not maybe some of y'all might see where I'm going with this comparison in a second. I just wish this could be the same thing for Jey Uso. Not the fact that we want to see Big Jim die, but what I'm saying is this. We would love to see if Jey Uso could do the same thing that Mark Briscoe is doing. Promo work. Okay, Jay, you got to take notes from my man Mark. He's killing it right now. Been killing it for the last year and a half. I mean, come on. You're going toe-to-toe with MJF. You're still holding your own. I'm always proud of Mark, man. He's killing it. I wouldn't be mad if he gets the TNT title soon either. I think he's definitely owed one, man. I think he definitely is. But yeah, man, I loved everything about this segment. I love this match. Don Callis, love seeing him out there. And I can't wait to talk about the next segment, but I got to get your thoughts, man. Heartbreak Prince, what are your thoughts, man? What you think about this?
Yeah, I was happy to see Mark Briscoe get the W here. Great match. Love the fact that we got to see Don Callis come out and be Don Callis. Like his aura each and every week. It's just it's needed. It's just something about seeing Don Callis come walking out there with this army of goons. Everything's turning up. Don Callis right now. He's on part of his group. He's on fire right now. But I love it. The crowd giving Don Callis the business. Just loved it. But he took it. He ignored it. Did his thing. But yeah, Mark Briscoe, the match, great. And it's going to be interesting to see how this story pans out because Briscoe's trying to get his way to Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher right now is looking like an animal. So, yeah. But I hate to see Briscoe's his whole arc, his whole trajectory is going up. But once he gets to Kyle Fletcher, and we know how Don Callis feels about Kyle Fletcher, and we know the monster that Kyle Fletcher is right now. I just feel bad for Mark Briscoe because I don't think it's for him. I really don't.
I think so neither. Man.
I don't think it's for him.
I don't know who it's for at this point, man. It's like I don't know. I see Kyle. I feel like Kyle's gonna have that title for a good little minute, man.
Yeah, Kyle he's beasting right now.
Yeah, he is beasting prototype. Right now. He's going crazy.
Yep, him and his. Would you say he had like Shawn Michaels style glasses on when he came out with the little dangly chains?
Yeah, because I'll be trying to I don't think there's anybody else that's had the kind of glasses like him. And I'm like, I kept trying to think is there anybody? But I think you're right. I think Shawn might have been the only one with those.
That Shawn Michaels has touched so many people. Yeah,
he really has.
Shout out to Shawn. Shout out to Shawn.
Shawn, we love you, man. But let's talk about this next segment. We got to talk about. Come on, man. The woman that's timeless. Okay. Toni Storm. Man, it's like when it comes to Toni Storm, man, this was just great promo work out of her, man. Look, she wants people to step up. Okay. She wants a new challenger. Okay. She talked about Athena, talked about Mercedes, but she wants a new challenger. And one thing that she said, God doesn't judge. That's her job. I said, damn. Way to quote Rick Ross. That was God doesn't judge, but I don't. That one, oh, God forgives out there. That's right. Rick Ross out, man. Look, honestly, this is good stuff, though. I mean, when it comes to Tony Storm, come on. What more do I have to say when it comes to Tony? She's timeless. I only wonder who's next for Tony. I mean, honestly, she has beaten everybody at this point. You're beating Athena, which is the forever champion. But I wonder if Athena is going to be possibly trying to get a rematch sooner or later, man. Because honestly, I actually really enjoyed that story with her and Athena. So we'll see what happens with that. But I love that Tony Storm, she wants a challenger. Somebody, anybody, honestly. Hey, Harley Cameron, step up. Say something. I just want to see entertainment at this point. Because I know both of those women would have the crowd going insane. Heartbreak Prince, what are your thoughts, man? What you think?
Man, I'm just gonna keep it simple. One, it's always a pleasure and an honor to be, graced with Tony Storm's presence on television, on AEW television. Her promo work, A1, just magnifique, and loved it. I mean, absolutely loved it. The only thing I can say is whoever her challenger is better be chin up, tits out, and watching for the diabolical shoe.
Come on now. But since we talked about Harley Cameron real quick, let's go ahead and talk about this one. Look, man, Harley Cameron, man. Look, she revealed that she ain't got no mask no more, but she's kind of doing this this cat persona. I thought it was hilarious. Renee tried to ask, like, what's y'all's name? Chris said, look, don't give us a name. Don't say nothing. But we're undefeated right now. 1-0. Okay. Harley Cameron said, yes, that's right. We're hot. We're ready. And we can beat anybody. She said, give us Bro Dito. I said, Harley, you're insane. Give us Bro Dito. I said, what? But of course, Wheeler Yuta and, Marina Shafir, they come out, they try to talk to good old they try to talk to oh my goodness, Chris Statlander, and she says, look, tell your friend that I'm good. Tell your friend that I've got this and I'm all right. And I thought this was pretty interesting. But then we got to go to this next match because since she talked about Bro Dito, let's go ahead and talk about that match with Bro Dito and the Death Riders, man. I mean, honestly, another banger of a match. You want to talk about something that just went insane. Like, we're talking about a tag team that nobody even expected to freaking win these titles. And these guys are killing it right now. By the way, Willa Yuta, come on, man. The aura still never goes up for you. Matter of fact, my question is, how did you have all those tags in your back and you're still ready to go for another match? You know what? Aura went up by 0.1. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Diabolical work. Diabolical math. Diabolical work.
Or went up by 0.1. Wait, let's say, look, I'll give you that. But this was a great match, though. Overall, Death Riders killing it. Heartbreak Prince, what are your thoughts, man? What you think?
I loved it. Of course, Brodito, like they are phenomenal. I got to give them their credit. Great work. Wheeler Yuta. I will say I felt a small faint aura when that music hit, the Death Riders music hit, and he came walking out the back with Cesaro or behind. I said, oh my gosh. I said, Will is actually emitting a faint aura. Like he's in the beginning, he's on the cusp of reaching like KO Ken. But it was there. But then he got in the ring and it just went away.
that fast.
Yeah, I mean, I look, I got to give it to Willa Yuta. I'm more just appreciate the fact that week after week, this guy puts his body through a beating because he's always there to take the beating and to take the pin, and he's doing that job very well. But Brodito, man, like you said, for a team that we did not expect to like actually win the tag team titles. Like, I am so happy for them because, like I said, Bandito is just a phenomenal wrestler. Like, just watching him, you're always entertained. Brody Lee is just that dude. So yeah, I'm always like I said, when I see them coming out, I'm like, yeah, this is getting ready to be a banger right here. This is getting ready to be good, and it was exactly that.
Yeah, man, it really was. But speaking of bangers, we got to talk about that man Okada. Okay, this was interesting here. So Renee asked Okada. She said, we've noticed some of the things that's been going on with you and the Don Callis family. What's been going on? What's the situation? We've noticed some tension between you and Takeshita. Okada says, I'm the alpha dog. I'm the main guy in the Don Callis family. And if Takeshi doesn't like that, he needs to learn it. Come on
Yikes.
now. Come on, Okada. I say, hey, look, Okada, hey, look, you're saying some stuff here. But we can already see there's gonna definitely be tension with Okada and Takeshita because it's happening soon, man. But I think when it comes to Don Callis don't like to see no frictions or no problems in the family. He's gonna make sure it's handled. Either that or somebody's gonna get kicked out, and then that's how that really gets solved. So hopefully it might not be Okada, but hey, if Takeshita gets dropped, then we know Don Callis cares only so much for Kyle Fletcher. Bray Prince, what are your thoughts, man? What you think?
My thoughts are simple. Okada, Takeshita, Don Callis, the smoke. I'm here for it.
Come on now. There it is. Well, let's talk about the real smoke right here. Because we was talking about Ricochet saying some stuff, challenging the Hurt Syndicate to a trios match. And of course, the Hurt Syndicate, MVP, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin respond. And I thought, man, look, MVP, look, let me just say this, man.
Breathe it in,
if MVP
man.
is hooking you like this, man, it's like, I keep saying to myself, when it comes to AEW, right? What are some of the best storylines that are going on and that's happening right now? And there's a good amount. Okay, we could talk about what happened with Adam Hangman Page and his whole story to the championship. We could talk about Mercedes Moné, how this woman has 9 titles. We could talk about what the Young Bucks being the biggest fall from grace. But something about this Hurt Syndicate storyline that continues to keep going. Whether if it was with MJF and that whole situation, them demolishing and beating the hell out of every single damn tag team they had around, or even this right now with Ricochet, and they are tying this together. You can't tell me this ain't gold with them. They're sitting there just putting the pieces of the puzzle together. That's a lot of P's, pause. But that was good. I mean, MVP killed this one. I said, man, look, they accept the challenge. They're ready. I can't wait to see how this is going to go. I am very intrigued. And I'm also wondering if Ricochet is going to be one to take on MVP. I mean, at that point, you might as well. Both of y'all kind of the leaders in some way. Both of y'all are the main talkers. Hell, why not, Ricochet? Hit him with a couple of high-flying moves. You know MVP can't do that no more. Show him you the young buck. Show man, hey, MVP, getting a little old for you, boy. Go ahead and retire soon. Because the youth is here. You got to hit him with that, Ricochet. That's what I need out of you. To tell MVP, Montel Montavious Porter. Right, Prince, what are your thoughts, man? What you think?
Man. Yo, I can see why you're hype about this. It is a hype situation right here to have, the Hurt Syndicate, these 3 brothers right here, man. That response was cold, man. That response was just cold. It was a cold piece of work, and I'm looking forward to this match already. Because you got Ricochet, who has already told you how he feels and why he did what he did to help cause the Hurt Syndicate to lose their titles. And then you got the response, and the Hurt Syndicate is not happy about this. They look like they mean business right here, right? Look at Bobby.
Look at Bobby. Come on.
We heard people. We heard people. We heard people. I mean, like this is just crazy, man. I am so hyped. And when MVP gave his response and pretty much accepted the match, it's just the energy of it all. It's just like, this is going to be dope. This is going to be sick. I don't know who's going to actually win this.
Yeah.
Let me not. Hurt Syndicate's got to take this. But, I can't put it past Ricochet to have something up his sleeve with MJF. And that's the problem
I was gonna
right
say the same
there.
thing.
That's the
Yeah.
problem because AEW is on a roll right now. And with the stories that they're telling and the fact that that Ricochet was there for MJF when he needed him, and now you're going to have MJF kind of be able to return the favor because he has a story with the Hurt Syndicate, a little bit of beef with them. That is going to be phenomenal because something, and it's going to lead to what MVP ultimately talked about, what he told Maxwell Jacob Friedman. The minute you get that title, because you better believe it's going to happen. MJF didn't masterfully craft a plan to keep that contract for nothing. Eventually, that title will fall to the Weasel's hands. And when it does, he told him, Bobby Lashley, the Almighty himself, will be there knocking at the door of MJF. And he is going to do what he does best, and that is hurt people. And so I am looking forward to this because I can see the building blocks of the story that is coming, and I'm here for it. The smoke is the finest air, and I am ready for it. So yeah, when I saw this, just my brain, just all the different things going, I said, this is going to be great. It's going to be great.
Yeah, man. Look,
Yeah.
they that's what I'm saying. They're hitting on all cylinders with this, man. But speaking of hitting on all cylinders, let's go ahead and talk about this man, Cope. Cope comes out. The man barely even gets a chance to finish his entrance. Of course, FTR comes out. They try to beat the hell out of Cope. That doesn't last too long because the patriarch himself, the man that is your father, Christian Cage, okay, coming out helping Edge, Cope, should I say. And honestly, to the point where, they break up the match and they break up the fight and the brawl. And then, Jax literally hits, I believe his name is Jackson. I'm sorry, but he hits one of another wrestler and literally just gives him a screwdriver pile driver. And honestly, that just looked devastating. To the point to after that, FTR was pretty pissed off. And so was Malcolm. And of course, they had to say something backstage. And, Malcolm's to the point he's kind of tired of everything that's going on with Cope and Christian. And now he's to the point to where they want a match with Edge and Christian. I mean, Cope and Chris. It's so hard to not say Edge every time. I don't know what the heck. But with Cope and Christian, man, and honestly, I can't wait to see how this goes for them. We're going to be seeing a tag team match with them at All Out. You know where they're going to be having that. That's going to be in Canada. And you know what else? That's going to be even better. Okay? Because I've been asking for this for months since AEW's been on HBO Max. If y'all do not know, it is official. If you have HBO Max as a subscription, you can get the pay-per-views on HBO Max. You can pay $40 and you keep it. I said, this is what I wanted. This is all I need.
Give me what I want.
I want. Yes. This is what I like. Now, this is smart. Of course, we know everything going on with WWE with the whole WrestlePalooza, ESPN, which I found out. Since I got a bundle, I don't have to pay for nothing. So I'm okay. I still get to see this stuff. I don't know, man. But, hey, I love what they're doing with this, man. Look, HBO Max with AEW, with the pay-per-views that they got going on, this is going to be so good. And now to the point to even more people are going to be seeing and knowing about how good AEW really is. Because, I mean, the stories are all there. It's just going to be a banger. But again, going back to this story, I love what they're doing with it. They're telling another freaking story, man. And they're doing it perfectly well. Okay, you see in Cope and Christian, they took out, they took out Kill Switch and Kip Sabian. Now, because Christian said, look, I'm going to help you. Cope said, look, I'll help you with your situation. You help me with mine. They said, bet, say less. One tag team down, we got another one to go. I love what they're doing, man. This is good. And see, the thing is, you want to know something that's interesting? Yes. They tapped a little bit into nostalgia. But we are not getting overdosed, okay, and overdrenched or oversaturated with a whole bunch of nostalgia. This is something that works perfectly. and it's at the right time, at the right place, and it's at the right moment. I mean, these guys are both killing it right now. Christian Cage been doing some of his best work for the last few years. Okay, and Cope has been killing it, and I love what FTR has been doing. They've been doing great work, and of course, Malcolm Bivens. Come on, stop. My bad, Stokely. Come on, Big Stoke. What are you doing? No hoes. You know what it is, man. But you're still killing it because you from Harlem, baby. Break Prince. What are your thoughts, man? What you think?
I'm gonna keep this one short here. Love this backstage segment here. Stokes was hilarious. I wish I could say what he said at the very end to end it, because he tried to be so tough, and it's so hilarious. I'm like, now, well, just a couple weeks you were failing at doing a spear, and you had the nerve to address another professional wrestler. Get out of here. he's like he didn't lose his teeth right then and there.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Folks, I got to give it to him, man. He has been hilarious. And I love it. I love it for FTR. But this right here, dope. I'm excited about this match between Christian Cage, the Patriarch, and then also with FTR. I mean, it's good. This is setting up to be another good pay-per-view. I think this is gonna be dope, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be crazy. I can't wait for it, man. But let's go ahead and get into this main event. Look, Kirk, come on. We're gonna talk about greatness.
Yikes.
We're gonna talk about the greatest jobbers of all time. Stop playing with them. The Young Bucks. Okay, Kyle Fletcher, Josh Alexander went up against Adam Page, Kenny Omega, and Jet Speed. Now, look, you want to talk about a crazy sequence? Let's get into it. Okay, let's go. Josh Alexander hits that man, Kevin Knight, with that power driver. What happens next? Let's flash forward to it, because we've seen the brawl happening, and we've seen what was going on. We've seen the Elite. We've seen all four of these members in the ring going crazy. Did that last long? Hell no. Why? Because you know what happens when the Bucks get in that real tag team force. Let's get it. Super kick party, baby.
Super kick.
Okay, you got one super kick. Let's go ahead and go to the next one, because you know who got a double super kick?
Super kick,
man. What happened after that? Oh, let's see. Some more greatness. Another kick, but it wasn't a single one. Then what happens after that? Come on, man. What else are we talking about? Kyle Fletcher gets Kevin Knight, knocks him down. It's over. Okay, the match is done. After this, Kyle Fletcher goes crazy, goes insane, puts Kenny Omega through a table, puts Adam Page through a chair, tells Adam Page, it should have been you. It should have been you. It should have been you. Look, man, they killed Kenny Omega. Hangman Page. I mean, this man is damn near almost dead. Kenny was done, man. I mean, Kenny got hurt. Look at Kyle Fletcher, not giving a damn. The Don Callis family's walking out. They got Kenny Omega on the stretcher. Everybody's looking concerned. And they took him out, man. And this is the finish right here. Great way to end the show. Now, I'm not going to say, of course, you don't want to see Kenny Omega getting hurt. Of course not. But when we talk about a main event, yeah, that was a banger. Okay, like we've been saying, man, we've been saying this for months. We've been saying this for weeks. We've been saying this every time we've been starting this. When it comes to the Young Bucks, there's never a bad match. You can't find one. I've never seen a bad match from these men. How many sequences do these men do? Come on. Nick's going crazy. Matt's going crazy. I loved every single bit about this match. This match was amazing. I loved this match and went crazy. But what I love to see, Kyle Fletcher. Okay, we was just talking about him earlier. Kyle Fletcher, I mean, really kind of almost establishing his role, almost like his status in the Don Callis family. It almost makes me wonder who really is the leader of the Don Callis family. If it ain't Don Callis, who's your lead whistler? Is it Okada? Could it possibly be Takeshita? Or is it truly Kyle Fletcher?
Kyle Fletcher.
But this was great. And honestly, they wrote Kenny off. They done wrote Will off. I mean, at this point, hey, which is fine. These are two men that have given everything to the business, so they're going to need that time. Get your body right. Get yourself right. Look, Tony, you know what you're doing. You got enough people on the roster, and what you're doing right now is greatness. You are doing a lot of things and tying other people into this stuff, and it's working. When it comes to the returns, we looked at Riho. She killed it with her return. Okay, we're talking about all these stories that happened last night. And again, smile constantly on my face. Never a dull moment when it comes to a good old Dynamite. Heartbreak Prince, what are your thoughts, man? What you think?
Phenomenal way to end the show. The energy you talking about being electric in the 2300 arena in Philly. But yeah, they killed it. we we gonna look up. We're
I
gonna be
know
talking
why
about
you
that
think.
here. Yeah, yeah. My Cowboys tonight got to
Yeah.
take on these Eagles. But but yeah, just the Bucks, Magnifique. You talk about Adam Hangman Page, Kenny Omega Magnifique, and then to throw in Cal Fletcher and what he did at the end, cementing himself as I truly believe he is really legitimately cementing himself as a main player in this in the main as a main eventer, as the
Yeah.
next person to really start to get ready to carry the AEW brand into the future. I mean, Cal Fletcher they're kind of putting him on that trajectory. And what he did last night to end the show to Kenny Omega and to Hangman Page, just just devilish work. And he gave
Two
him the
top
business.
guys.
And
Yep.
yeah. I mean that and he did some like corkscrew power bomb, not power bomb, corkscrew pile driver on Adam Hangman Page, sick. And then I mean just I don't know, but the energy in that match. I mean, when you have the Bucks involved, I can't say it enough. I mean, the Jobbers, which this week they actually got their music right, and it actually came down to their old music. And I said, no, please stop, go back. I need this to last a little bit longer. Like y'all need to continue being Jobbers. I
Need them
love
to be
this,
jobbers.
but no, I mean the Bucks, man. Oh my gosh, that little segment of just the Bucks doing work. Just I
Super
mean,
kicks.
man, the
Crazy.
super kicks, the pristine like hold one hold him in the power drive in a power driver formation, and what's his name, Matt tosses Dick over the head.
Oh,
Was it the verse
yeah.
Nick tosses Matt over his head and finishes the power driver, man. Like they were just on it. I just, man, the Bucks are so good. It's always a pleasure watching them. And then when you talk about Hangman Page and Kenny Omega, they are in there killing it, showing there. And when it was Hangman Page and Kenny Omega and the Bucks, and they were just going at it like a crowd. And you hear Tony Schiavone say, "Listen to this arena," and they just are going off. I mean,
It was
it's
electrical,
hype. It
man.
is it was hype, but they were killing it last night. And then like I said, for Cal Fletcher to come in and just clean house, just get the pin, get the win, turn around and just go off on Hangman Page and Kenny Omega to end the show. And then the way he walked out with that schmug cockiness of a Don Callis type of person. It's and Don Callis is on the mic saying, "See, this is everything I wanted Kenny Omega to be. He should have been like this. He should have been like Cal Fletcher." And just Cal Fletcher's out there destroying them. But Kenny Omega was too soft. He was too soft. And man, Cal Fletcher is doing work. And I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, it was great. It was great. And like I said, they have just been doing a bang up job with their matches, their stories, the writers, the creative team, the cameraman, like everything, all the shots, like everything that they're putting together. They have just been feeling it. And I have just been enjoying Dynamite shows. Like I mean, I just love how everything is just, like I said, it's like a cog, man. It's like and everything is just fitting into place, and it's perfect the way they're doing it, and the stories, the feuds are making sense, and it's like, I don't know how long it took them to build on this stuff and how much stuff how many more rabbits they can keep pulling out of their hat, but this right now has just been I want to say, I was going to say last 6 months, but I'm going to say like the last year, this whole year, AEW has just they've been killing it, man. And yeah, I got to give it to them. This show was definitely a banger. This was definitely an Dynamite, and just great show all around. And yeah, looking forward to next week and seeing how they continue to build on this, especially when you're talking about the Hurt Syndicate and Ricochet. Like, I am so interested in that and what they have going and how this is going to go down. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
We didn't even
they're
have
killing it.
MJF this week. We didn't even have him.
No, we did not.
And
we
it
did
was
not.
It was
Still a
magnifique.
banger. Still a
Yeah.
banger. Like that,
Yeah.
and I think that's the great thing about AEW right now. It's like, damn, so and so wasn't here this week, but
Yep.
there was so much great stuff that happened. It was okay that they weren't there. It wasn't. It wasn't like a desperate need. Of course, we could always use MJF, but it wasn't a desperate thirst. Like, wow, the show is nothing if he's not there. Like,
if he's not,
everything still was great.
It was great,
and they made it work, man. I love what they're doing. Again, Tony, hats off to you. You are killing it, man.
Yeah,
man.
Definitely.
Tony, you're killing it, man.
I
think I'm gonna start calling that.
Yeah.
It feels good. Yeah. Look, I'm telling you, he's killing it, man. Tony, you got it, man. You are killing it.
Yeah, so I feel like we're showing our age.
I know. Oh man. Classic. That's classic, man.
Yeah.
Man.
That's a bop right there, boy.
That is, man. Oh man. But as always, please make sure y'all follow all of our social medias, man. Come on, man. I tell y'all this all the time. There's not much I really got to tell y'all. Facebook, we on that. X, we on that. Instagram, we on that. TikTok, we're on that as well. We appreciate all the love and support y'all been giving us. A shout out to my man J Movie Mania. Shout out to my man Chris from Heroes for Life podcast. Shout out to my man Idris from Evolve. Gave us a follow on TikTok. Shout out to you, man. Thank you again.
We really appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Shout out to, of course, to the OG. You know, the young OG's dad, my man. Look, we appreciate all you guys have came. Shout out to Joshy coming through. Shout out to OVW. Shout out to all you guys that have been watching, just checking us out, joining the show. We appreciate the love and the support you guys always been giving us.
Yeah.
And honestly, we ain't gonna stop. You can't stop, won't stop, never gonna stop. I probably shouldn't be quoting Diddy.
Can't stop, won't stop. Rockefeller Records, baby.
But yeah, man, we appreciate all the love and support y'all been giving us. And again, please keep liking and subscribing to our content because we're going to keep giving y'all that content the exclusive way. Come on, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Oh, man. But, we talked about a lot of the great things that happened with Darby Allen, doing a whole, body bag. We talked about the greatness with Mercedes Moné, the return of Riho. Okay, we talked about the greatness with Ricochet. Okay, and the GOA with the Hurt Syndicate, that whole situation. We talked about everything with Adam Heyman Page. Okay, we talked about Timeless Tony. We talked about a lot of greatness that was going on with this. And I know for a fact, you guys that are watching and people that are watching at home, I know y'all had a good time just as much as we did. And we have a blast talking about this because this is just a great product that we enjoy watching and enjoy talking about. And they're going to keep giving us heat and fire. But we love it, and that's what we're going to keep doing, man. So, as always, I'm your humble host, your man, your myth, your legend, Eric Knight, and we got the one man and the only man that can check you into the Heartbreak Hotel, and that's the Heartbreak Prince himself. Because we are the exclusive nights. Yeah, come on, man. Hey, we appreciate everything, man. We really do. Because we are the exclusive nights, and we always ensure that we are the best there is,
best there is,
the best there was,
the best there was,
and the best there ever
will be.
And to ensure that your nights will never
be the same.
Be the same.
Go Cowboys.